Game number 3. Yes, the current score is 1-1 between SudO and NotTrulyEvil here in the Core Gaming League season number 2. This is the first semifinals. I was supposed to have casted the quarterfinals as well, but I must have missed that because I just saw that recently, and casting the quarterfinals after the semifinals doesn't seem like that great of an idea. So we're just sticking to the semifinals for now. And spotting in the bottom right, this time as our blue Terran player representing the almighty Core, it's NotTrulyEvil. And in the top right, going to be his opponent with a very cute build in the previous game. Also representing Core, it is SudO. SudO. Or is it SudO? I like to say SudO. 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 So yeah, in the previous game we saw double racks coming out of SudO, and ooh, Refinery first here in this game. We saw double racks with double Reaper production, and was able to kill like 12 SVs, I think, with that, setting NotTrulyEvil so far behind that SudO could just walk over him like 6 or 7 minutes later in the game. I think it was 11 Marines at a time that was being produced from by SudO compared to the 2 of NotTrulyEvil, so it's just ridiculous macro advantage for SudO. And what he's going to be doing in this game is just going factory first. It's going to have 100 gas when this barracks finishes, and it's going to be able to drop down that factory immediately. So it's going to be probably not getting the Reaper out, instead going to be getting a Marine. And if NotTrulyEvil, does something aggressive the way SudO did in the previous game, it might work out for him. I don't quite know. Perhaps it's good to go factory first against that build to get a lot of early Hellions out. I don't know. We'll see. NotTrulyEvil gets in there, scouts out that this is indeed a factory first, and then he just gets back in to check for some hidden buildings and doesn't find anything. So he sees that this is gas first. He knows there's going to be no Reaper. He knows the factory is coming down super early, and what is going to be his reaction? He's pulling back the SV. Ooh, not going to be a command center. Oh yeah, it's going to be a command center for NotTrulyEvil. Just kidding. So going for that command center, immediately following. Ooh, he went for reactor first. Okay, cool. So getting the reactor, then dropping down the command center. That's what it looks like here for NotTrulyEvil. Why did he get the reactor up? Perhaps he doesn't want to die to anything like he did in the previous game. I don't know why we get this reactor. You can't really afford to produce 2 Marines at a time anyway. So look at this, it's just idle for now. Now SudO, he's gotten that factory up. He's gotten the Marines. He's already on 2 geysers, so this is probably going to be some Banshee with cloak play. If we see this tech lab come down on this barracks anytime soon, that is what it's going to be. Ooh, it was recovered from a replay, so that is cool. There's the tech lab. Yep, it's going to be Banshee play. Factory is now come down for NotTrulyEvil as well, and he's producing no, that's a Reaper and a Marine. Okay, cool. Getting it 1 Reaper to do some scouting, and then follow it up with Marines. What we see from SudO is just Hellions. He's producing Hellions, and now it's going to be starting that Banshee production as well. Gonna switch these over. Stop it coming down. Cloaking, Cloakaroo, Banshee, Cloakaroo. There we go. Yep. Oh, and the Reaper dies too. No scouting intel, but based upon seeing 1 Hellion here and 3 Marines, he probably knows what's up. He probably knows there is a Banshee coming. So I would not be surprised to see NotTrulyEvil drop down an engineer bay, and oh my god, the place. NotTrulyEvil knows what's up. So SudO doing some cute harassment here with the Hellion, trying to line up the Marines. Ooh, just barely gets out of there alive. And now, how much damage is this Banshee going to be able to deal? The Marine count is alright. There are no more in production because he is switching these out. But I think the Marine count is a bit too low. Sure, he's going to be able to get turrets up, but usually a turret can't really cover an entire mineral line. Usually you need Marines or something else to push the Banshee back. The turret is just there to grant detection or cover some parts of the mineral line. So with this Viking coming out right now, please, where's the turret? Turret coming down. Turret here. Turret. Look at this. The turrets are a bit too late, and cloaking is going to be done in 10 seconds. The SV gets denied. Oh, can it build it on time? 2, 1, and the turret is complete. Wonderful timing there for NotTrulyEvil. saving up all the minerals that he can get. And now, what is SudO up to? Wow, this is an aggressive Widowmine, Banshee, Hellion, Marine play, apparently. The Vikings here patrolling as well, looking for that Banshee. So I think he's gonna try to bait out these Marines into the Widowmine or something. NotTrulyEvil can spot that. Of course, you can see all the Widowmines without detection. Not see them, but you can tell there's sort of a ripple here in the ground. So now SudO is finishing up his expansion. As you can see, this is a lot later than the expansion of NotTrulyEvil. Oh, this is going to be so cute. He's gonna try to bait the Viking into the Widowmine, and it actually dies from one Widowmine shot. As you can see, it deals 125 damage and 125 HP. But it doesn't look like NotTrulyEvil is falling for it. Perhaps he spotted that Widowmine getting into position earlier on. And now, is SudO dealing enough damage with this? Well, he killed off Supply Depot recently, and in units lost is 350 to... There we go, first Marine falling right now for SudO. So it looks like he's doing this really well. Playing this out cost effectively. I think he lost a Banshee as well just now. Yep. But he's still got a cute contain going on here with the tank as a follow-up as well. And currently he is denying mining on NotTrulyEvil's expansion. So even though he delayed his expansion in favor of being aggressive, he is kind of earning all that lost money back right now. One Banshee does fall to the Marines, but still some decent value out of that push. And there's still a tank coming. There are more Marines joining in as well. But he's not. This bothers me. The fact that he hasn't even turned this into an orbital command. Is not producing SVs right now. Look at this 27. That bothers me quite a bit. So SudO a bit too focused here on the main attack. Oh, good night, Hellion. Banshee does get a, or the Widowmine rather, gets a shot off on that Hellion. And now, back to the income tab. It's 40 to 38. And as you can see, that's why it bothers me. They're even on harvesters, but still, NotTrulyEvil has been mining more this entire time. SudO kind of just, with like 2 clicks, stayed even on the income. Instead, it was like mining half as much as NotTrulyEvil was. So now the Banshee, once again, tries to get into the mineral line. Bruh, turret in position to push that back. An attempted siege up is going to try to break the bunker here, I think, but NotTrulyEvil reacting on time without a problem. The Banshee, though, dealing a lot of damage to this tank. It gets cleaned up. And I do have to say that NotTrulyEvil is in a better position right now. In units lost tab, look at this. That was like 300 to 0 before this push took place. And now it's 2024 to 960. So SudO has lost a lot more in this push than NotTrulyEvil has. And oh my god, he's gonna lose more. He's gonna lose a Banshee attack. Only one Marine. Just kidding. Just kidding. Nothing remains there on the battlefield. And now, why is NotTrulyEvil ahead? Well, he's got a third command center already coming up. Is he ahead on tech? Well, let's go to structures. What is he? 1 factory, 1 starport for each. The engineering bay, we'll see 2 out of NotTrulyEvil. So that's something, I guess. He's got 3 barracks as well, compared to the 2 of SudO. So he's slightly ahead right now in the tech. He's slightly ahead in the structures as well. What is he working on? He's not working on +1/+1, is he? No, that's a bit of a mishap there. It's just now starting the +1/+1. So SudO is going to be slightly ahead on that +1 attack. Now SudO is getting a lot more barracks up though, and this is what he needs while the production tab is taking up so much space. He needs to get more barracks up, and with that third command center coming in as well, while they're actually pretty even on that timing, they're still going to be relatively even. I don't want to give like a huge advantage to NotTrulyEvil, but he's slightly ahead. That's what I think at least. NotTrulyEvil is actually substantially ahead in the armor supply, and he could technically try to go for a push or a contain, or perhaps like a doom drop something, because those are kind of effective in TVT. As you can see, SudO, he has adapted already to the TVT matchup. He's got a siege tank sieged up in the main base to try to cover as much area as possible. NotTrulyEvil, he is not looking to be aggressive right now. Instead, he is getting that command center floated over to the third base. It's going to turn that into probably an orbital command. I don't like planetary fortresses too much in the TVT matchup, just because of the fact that tanks have a range of 13, and planetary fortresses, I think, have a range of either 6 or 5. Is it 6? I think it's... Yeah, it's probably 6. Yeah, it's 6. Okay, we're sticking to 6 right now. Perhaps it's like 7 or something. I don't know. Tanks outrange planetary fortresses. That's all you need to know. And that's why I don't really like Planetary Fortresses that much, because either we see mech play or we see bio tank. We're always gonna see tanks in the TvT matchup, basically. So now NotTrulyEvil is finally going for that Doom drop that I talked about earlier, but this time SudO has got turrets up. NotTrulyEvil should have listened. Earlier on he didn't have turrets, but 3 turrets are not gonna be a huge deal. He's got an Armada ready to move in here, a lot of medevacs, and he's waiting for that +1/+1 right now. They're gonna be able to boost past these turrets without really taking too much damage, I think. Oh my god, he's gonna drop PDDs, that's so cool! He drops PDDs to block out all the turret shots, and then he just moves in with all of his dropping. What is SudO doing? He's trying to move out at the same time. Planetary Fortress is actually coming up for NotTrulyEvil. But SudO was trying to move out, and now has to fall back very quickly. Look at this, NotTrulyEvil's got combat shield +1/+1 down as well. SudO is behind on upgrades in every single way, but he's got the siege tank advantage right now. 4 of them are here for SudO to defend, and all the marines of NotTrulyEvil are dying so quickly, but still NotTrulyEvil is able to clean up all the marines of SudO as well. NotTrulyEvil is getting pushed back though, and he's gonna have to leave this base very soon. So what did he kill? Well, as you can see, he's still far ahead in the units lost. Oh my god, 6 siege tanks got shot coming out of NotTrulyEvil there. He's still ahead in the units lost. I do think he killed off like a barracks, or at least a turret or something. I do think that was worth it for NotTrulyEvil, but it was not like a game-winning drop in any way. So now what he's going to be doing with these 2 medevacs is moving out as well to do a second drop. I don't know if that was spotted. I don't really know if that was spotted by SudO, but here we go. Drop coming into the 3rd base of SudO. And he's pulling all his SVs immediately. He's not pulling his army back, instead going for it, and we're probably going to see some sort of base race here. He's going for the 3rd base of NotTrulyEvil as well. Let's see if this Planetary Fortress is good here. Since the marine count is that low, I don't think SudO's gonna have an easy time breaking that Planetary Fortress down. So let's see. He's instead going to the natural? Nope, going to the 3rd base. Oh, is he sieging up here? Nope, he's going to the 3rd base. NotTrulyEvil still dealing damage. Oh, he's going with a drop. NotTrulyEvil on point with those marines, ready to hold it off. And yeah, this is not gonna happen. I think SudO is in a bad position now. He's lost his 3rd base. He's lost a lot of SVs. As you can see, 14 were lost to NotTrulyEvil's drop. And now he's got a nice siege tank position here, but still NotTrulyEvil is currently not mining. That is correct. So if he manages to kill off this 3rd base, I do have to say they're on even footing. But right now, I'm gonna give the advantage to NotTrulyEvil here, with +2/+2 coming in, as well as the +1 of vehicle weapons. NotTrulyEvil is looking to clean this drop up. And with the planetary, let's have a look at the range. No, stop using SVs. I want to see the range. Yeah, that does look like that's like 7. It looked like no, it's probably 6, since the marines could shoot here. I think it was 6. Either way, it's shit. SudO finally managed to clean up the drop of NotTrulyEvil, but look at this, the 3rd base is alive. SudO can't really kill it off, and the 3rd base of SudO is dead. It's gonna float the main command center down. He's mined out his entire main base at the 18-minute mark. That is just ridiculous. So now he's gonna float down the main base to the 3rd instead, trying to mine once again. But SudO, he's got a sizable army here, and they're actually even on armor supply. The advantage that NotTrulyEvil has is in the work supply and in the upgrades. He's gonna have 2-2 and combat shield on. There's no combat shield out of SudO, and of course no combat shield, oh no 2-2 on the way either. So we go stimming in right now. NotTrulyEvil is pulling a lot of marines from the main base, not pulling SVs, not going to be necessary. And there's the GG from SudO, and NotTrulyEvil taking a quick 2-1 lead here in this TvT semifinals. So hope you're all staying tuned for game number 4. That'll be coming up really soon, probably. We'll see.